Transitioning to the other side of the question. I'll read the full comment right here. He says, who is the breakout player and who is the most disappointing player this year for the Ravens? In terms of disappointment, again, this isn't trying to say that they're going to be terrible, but maybe we phrase it in who has too much expectation on their shoulders, right? Like, who are we hyping up too much that may not perform to the level? Again, disappointment doesn't mean they're going to be bad, but sometimes, people talk about someone like, if a Bengals fan was saying this, they'd be like, Joe Burrow is going to throw for 5,500 yards and 55 touchdowns. And it would be like, okay, he's going to have a disappointing season if that's the expectation. Doesn't mean Joe Burrow is going to have a bad season. Just means the expectations are a little bit too high. Who's somebody that you're looking at where the expectations are a little bit too high? They may disappoint some people.
Adafio Way. That's going to be my first pick. That's going to be my first guy. The reason I say that because, we jumped back in the first round and picked him up. And me personally, I feel like he was a round 3 type of guy. But people wanted to hop on his athleticism. Like I don't know who it was. I was in an exchange with a fellow Twitter Ravens flock member, and I said Adafio Ray is really a day 3 pick. Oh, it's crazy, and he responded back. He said it's crazy how Ravens fans don't know when the guys got drafted. I said, it's crazy how you want to try to correct somebody when you're not understanding the statement that I'm saying. Yeah, so he may got drafted in the first round, but he's still a day 3 talent. The reason I say that because he was around other playmakers, Shaka Tony, Micah Parsons. The list goes on in that Penn State defense, honestly. And Adafio Way is still learning the game of football, if we're being completely honest. And he never was a sack technician at Penn State. He was more of a guy that created havoc for his other teammates to eat. And yes, we have seen flashes of that in the NFL. He's had a big time moment in his NFL career, but he has not been consistent in creating enough havoc for his teammates to eat. Now, with David Ojabo, his brother from high school, being healthy, they've been working out together, being tight at the hip. I'm hoping we can see something under both their rookie contracts, because right now people are expecting a lot out of a young man that has not been a sack leader or been, or has a high motor. I don't think he has a high motor right now. So with me talking down on him, I hope he shuts me up. And I'm hoping the opposite comes out. I hope Adafio Way, maybe hears this. He probably say, what did that boy know about me? And shut me up, and I'm because at the end of the day, sometimes you need to add a little fuel to the fire to make that dog come out of somebody. So I'm definitely hoping that dog comes out of Adafio Way. I hope he does hear what people say. I hope that does fuel him to be better than what people expect him to be, because I feel like he can with the athleticism, but without skill to go with the athleticism, you'll waste of space on the 53-man roster to someone else that could probably be doing a better job than you. I said it. So that's my disappointing player right now.
Yeah, I have a few players, but honorable mention, Patrick Ricard. I don't think anybody's hyping him up, but he ain't going to do much this year. That's what I'll say about it. But I'm going to say Michael Pierce, because I made a video talking about players the Ravens could bring in. And I was like, honestly, I feel like we might need interior defense, right? Yeah. Need that 1 tech or a 3 tech to play on the inside, because I feel like we only have Justin Madubuike and Travis Jones. And people are like, well, we also have Michael Pierce. Michael Pierce is going to be a beast. And I'm like, I like Michael Pierce, but Michael Pierce does one thing. He stops the run. He doesn't even stay on the field consistently. He hasn't played in 2 years.
Yeah.
He's a nose tackle, and he's not going to be able to get you a lot of pressure. And I feel like he is not going to be utilized as much as a lot of people are expecting. Now, 3rd and 1, 3rd and short, he will be out there. And I expect him to make some plays this year, right? He may make a couple of great plays, and people will be like, oh man, Michael Pierce, he's a beast. But I don't expect him to be out there even 50% of the time. I think the Ravens are going to try and have a pass rush, and I think they're going to use Travis Jones and Justin Madubuike to do it from the inside. Now, when they get into those short down situations, the goal line, Brant Urban, and we're going to see Michael Pierce. But overall, I think the expectation of him is like, oh, yeah, we're getting this, maybe a Pro Bowl, caliber defensive tackle. And it's like, honestly, he kind of is going to remind me, in my opinion, of old Brandon Williams.
Ooh.
Right? Where it's like, it's a position where it's not anywhere near as valuable as it used to be. Now, when the Ravens play against the Browns, he'll be very used. If the Ravens play the Titans in London, right, he'll be used. Trying to stop Derrick Henry. But those are really the only two. I don't think the Ravens play the Colts. Oh, wait, they do.
Yeah, we do play the Colts.
The Colts, another one, Jonathan Taylor. Those are really the only 3 power rushing teams, right? There's other rushing teams. Like we play the 49ers, we play the Steelers, but they're not power rushing right up the middle. They're going to try and get you to the outside. They're going to utilize the passing game a lot and spread the field. And you're not going to use them if they're passing the football. So I feel like he's just playing a position where he's just not going to be used very much. Similar to Patrick Ricard, where it's just like, okay, yeah, he's a good player. What he does well, he does great. But it's not as necessary, right? It's like having a kickoff specialist. Like, yeah, but we're not going to hype you up.
It's your time to shine, baby. Come on, get in the game. Yes. No, I definitely understand that, man. I mean, me personally, I feel like, hey, if Ndamukong Suh got a little bit left in the tank, I'll give him a call up because you can get a little bit of everything out of Ndamukong Suh, and we are missing that, that 6-footer plus presence. I saw Calais in the Atlanta practice jersey today, and man, it just didn't sit well with me, man. Calais, if you ever want to request a mid-season trade, I don't know, for future pick, call us, man. Let's see what type of measure we can work, man. Because the real team that's going to be making a push for the Super Bowl. I'm just saying.
Not the Falcons.
Not the Falcons.
Everybody knows that. But like, yeah, again, us saying like expectation, they may disappoint. Again, that's not saying that they're going to be bad or anything like that, but I think some people's expectations of them are a little bit too high.
Yeah.